All right, guys, we are so excited to do our first team call on our brand new Essence line.
Absolutely.
I have Ann Barrante with me today, and I'm so excited because Ann and I have chatted about oils for as long as she's been with Isogenics because she is a huge oil girl. I've been using them for about 8 years myself. How about you, Ann?
10.
10 years. But not only is Ann an avid user, she actually sold them for another company. So she has a wealth of knowledge about them, way more than I can give you. And we do have a lot of leaders on the team that are avid oil users. So I want to start the call off by telling you guys, we are not an oil company. We are a nutritional company with oils already in several of our products. And now we have oils for our use and our consumption because 65% of all associates in Isogenics are oil users. So we're going to be able to shop from our own store now. They're pure. They're wonderful. For those of you that have used different oils, I have a hodgepodge of different oils here myself. I love these oils. I'm so excited about them, but I'm not going to every doTERRA and Young Living rep I know trying to get them to come to Isogenics at all. I'm going to my clients and letting them know about the added line and the added products they have now to help them with their health. So Ann is the perfect person to share with you guys today. So thank you for getting on, Ann.
You're welcome. Happy to be here. Excited as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to go through, guys. We had the opportunity at Celebration to buy the whole entire kit. Plus, Ann, show them the diffuser right behind you. I see.
Oh, right there. It's right there. You see it? Changing colors. It's lovely.
Oh, and I don't know about you, Ann, but I've had several diffusers in my house. I had 2 when we got ours. I love our diffuser. It's the best one I've ever had. So I'm psyched about the diffuser too.
I feel the same way. I have 5 in my home right now that actively work, and this one is absolutely, I think it's my favorite, but it's great.
Okay. So we're excited about that too. So we're going to walk you through the oils that all of the oils, they are not all quite yet available to you, but they will be soon. So we just kind of want to give you a little bit of a heads up. We're not going to go into a huge science talk about them. Ann's just going to share with you some of the benefits and features of the oils. So we're going to start with one of my personal favorites, the lavender. And tell everybody, how do you use the lavender?
Okay. I do want to say a couple things because when I got started, I was not aware of how to use oils. And you guys are going to get this little reference book. And so you're going to see that oils are utilized in 3 ways. So we can ingest them, we can use them topically, and then we can inhale them, whether it be on a pulse point, in a diffuser. But one of the things I just want to start off with is if you notice when you look, you will get, or you have the option to get this coconut application oil. Always remember that oils and waters doesn't mix. Just like your salad dressing, sometimes you shake it up, oil and water doesn't mix. Same thing with our oil. So any essential oil, if for any reason you find that it's too strong in scent or maybe irritating the skin, which they should not if you follow directions, always dilute your oil with another oil. We call those a carrier oil. So that's just something to know. And in respect the oils, I say they're powerful because they are. This is a very concentrated form of any plant. And so they could do a lot of amazing things for our body. And just start slowly and don't be intimidated. So I'm excited to share a little bit of what I know. So yes, lavender. Lavender, I think, is one of the most common oils for everyone. We all hear of it. We all medically think maybe sleep, spa, relaxation. Lavender oil has a lot of adaptogens, just like our Ionic Supreme. So it adapts to your body. So just like our Ionics can sometimes help people modulate stress or maybe give them a little energy or just kind of chill them out and have balance. It's the same thing. It's also great for skin. It's great for bruising. It's great to help with any irritation you might have. When my children were little and they had maybe an abrasion, I chose to use lavender with a carrier oil on their skin. I'm not making any medical claims, right? Just like our products, this is a natural support. So I'm not here sharing information that will diagnose, treat, cure, prevent. These are just some things that I use. I love to diffuse it. And I pretty much use it every day. I use it in my skincare line, a couple drops on my skin. Also amazing for any type of soothing. Think of skin irritation, sunburns, things like that. Very healing to the body. is a natural tissue regenerator. So think skin, things like that, and relaxation and sleep.
Yeah. Awesome. And the one thing I'll add is I had never, ever put it on my feet before conference. And when Travis Ogden, who actually came to us from Young Living, shared to mix it with the carrier oil, the coconut oil, and put it on the bottoms of your feet before you go to sleep at night. I've been doing it almost every night since. I love it. And my husband's favorite thing in the world is, can you put it on my feet too? So you want to serve up some love on your honey's feet too. All right. So
okay, so let's talk about the feet. As you bring that up, Cindy and I are going to banter here. We're both oil advocates. So you put it on your feet because that's going to really help the oil absorb. Bad analogy, but one we all can probably relate to, is like the nicotine patch or the pain patch or like a hormone patch. Your skin, as we know, is very porous and things get absorbed to the skin. Putting them on your feet is a great way to get the body to absorb them and benefit.
That's great. Yeah, and I had never heard that before, so that was news to me, and I've been using them for years. So there's still so much to learn. All right, we're going to move on to lemon. So what are your favorite uses for the lemon oil? I have to smell it.
Oh, I know. Let's smell it. So lemon just naturally is uplifting. It's clean. It is invigorating. It's my favorite use for it is for anything. Think of dissolving goo. Think of permanent marker. Think of if you go to the store and you have a label on like a picture frame or something with adhesive, it will really help dissolve that. So be mindful that you're not going to want to put it on like a paint product. That's great. I clean with this all the time. I have a bottle of lemon in my kitchen and a couple drops on my sponge, and I have a plant-based cleanser that I use, and I squirt and I rub, and my house smells amazing. I also use it in baking soda. Think cleaning, degreasing, and that's how I clean my cabinets in place of soft scrub. And I love it in a glass water bottle and just drinking it with some ice. Also amazing in our vanilla shake.
Yeah, and so that's a great way for people that have a hard time getting their water down, just to add a drop or two to their drinking water every day to give it a little boost. I love to have fresh cut lemons around, but sometimes they go bad. I throw them away and I'm without lemons. So that's fabulous. All right.
So yeah, this is easy. This is the best. This is one of my favorites. Mwah. I love them all, guys.
I know, I do too. All right, so eucalyptus is next. This reminds me of steam rooms and saunas. That's what I'm reminded of when I do this. And I did hear, I think this was the one Erica talked about, putting a couple drops on a washcloth in the bottom of her shower, and then she'll take a shower. I think it was Erica that said that, and smell it while she's showering.
Right. So absolutely. Eucalyptus, airway, breathing. This is something that definitely will be diluted, and this will be in your book. Always start respecting the oils, meaning dilute them if you're not sure. And just, you'll learn as you go along, guys. So we're going to give you probably a lot of information, but it's exciting. It's fun. I also use this in my shower, and I take a couple drops and I put it on my shower door, my glass door. And then it steams. You know, if your eyes get a little sensitive, close them, you'll be fine. Great for think of breathing, respiratory, airway, great to diffuse. And start with a little bit, and just know that, you know, you might be a little sensitive. Children might be sensitive. I'm fine with them. My family's used to them, but definitely airway would be really great. Some people use it topical with another oil, perhaps peppermint, and carrier oil helps with muscles, things like that.
Okay, and that one is not ingestible, so they can't put that one in their water or products.
Correct. And if you're like, uh-oh, this is getting to be a lot of information, if you look in your little book, you'll see right there that it says do not ingest. So this will become really familiar to you. And if I'm correct, Cindy, does it say it on the bottle as well? Yes. It does.
Yes. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the bottle and in this book. So this is just a tiny little book, guys. So for those of you that are brand new, maybe never ever have used oils before, don't overwhelm yourself with it. The main things you need to know are right here in the book. And we're going to provide more training. This is like our 101 training with Ann. We're going to provide some more training. We have a lot of other leaders that are probably going to want to speak up and share too. And corporate's going to give us more training. And we have John Raines coming on our call next week. And he actually came from the company doTERRA. Him and his wife were builders in the field. So they're going to probably have some great ideas for us as well. All right, let's move on to frankincense.
Okay.
I know this is a big one for you.
I have to find it. Okay, so I have been using oils for 10 years, so I'm not used to these colors. I love the bottles, by the way. Frankincense, just for those of you that have any biblical references, we know that this is just a very powerful oil. Frankincense is, in fact, one of the most powerful plants, herbs you'll have that you can ever find on the face of this earth. So this is used in high-end skin. Think of lavender, but way better. Used for relaxation in a different way, but used in your skin. Used for a lot of, I'm trying to be compliant here, to help the body decompress, we'll say, to help with stressors in a different way. So oils have a lot of different properties. So just remember, they're all adaptogenic. So Cindy might use lavender for her sleep. I might prefer frankincense because our bodies are different, but really skin, any type of blemish, if you have a type of, I was talking yesterday to someone who has some skin discoloration from sun damage, and she's utilizing this in her cream. So skin would be my biggest thing. There are a lot of other benefits, but we'll save that for a different conversation.
And right here in the book, and we did not practice this, it does say physical well-being, skin health, and to decompress. So spot on, teacher. All right. Tea tree is next. And this one is one I've used before, Ann, but I really didn't know all of the benefits of this one. So I do like I like the scent of this one too.
Yeah, I'm always smelling them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So tea tree, think antiseptic. Think tea tree is in a lot of products that we might be utilizing on the scalp for clarifying, not directly, guys. So my children had lice, and tea tree is an oil that's recommended for that. Tea tree for things that they're going to kill me. I said that years ago. Tea tree, think of skin, think of blemishes, think of, some people have discoloration in their toenails, and they have unhealthy things going on. And this might help with, I'm trying to be compliant, with really combating issues with your feet that might otherwise need doctor intervention. Is that so? Very highly antiseptic. Okay, skin really is gonna get the job done.
Mm-hmm. That was very compliant, and I know some teenagers that might have some complexion issues. This could be a benefit too, as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're so
we are very compliant here, right?
All right, this next one is one of my absolute favorites. I use this one a lot, peppermint. And I'll tell you how, this is kind of funny. I never knew, guys, to dilute my full strength oils. And so I would take the oil and just rub a little bit on my temples if I was having some head discomfort. And my eyes would start to water because I didn't know I should put a little bit of the carrier oil with it. So that was something I learned the hard way. But I love this also for if I am not digesting my food properly, I've got a bellyache. Those are my two favorite reasons to use peppermint oil, but I'm sure there's a bunch more.
Yeah, peppermint is actually our family favorite. Everybody reaches for peppermint. I probably have 5 bottles out in my home at any given time, in the car. And it's a spicy oil, like I think of candy cane. So you do want to dilute it. We use this for a multitude of things, but digestion would be the first go-to, and a little bit of science, because you guys know I can't help myself, but 1 drop of our essential oil is equivalent to approximately 26 of herbal tea, 26 cups of herbal tea. So these oils are extracted from the most intense or concentrated form of the plant essence. So that's why we call it essence. So just respect it. So great for tummy. You can put a drop on your water bottle for indigestion, digestion issues. Cooling to the body. If you're having any type of temperature situations, whether it's a hot day, whether you don't have air conditioning in your office like me, or if you're a female and maybe you're at an age where your body's a little heated up every so often, this is really cooling on your shoulders, even with a little water. The water will drive it in. It will get warm, much like our pain cream. So be aware of it. Amazing for any type of head discomfort. And this is one you can take internally. It does have a very strong flavor. So I know people have talked about, myself included, a toothpick to start. Great with a drop of peppermint in your ionics. Think of uplifting. Think of anything mental clarity. Amazing for a little bit of our head issues. Getting a little intense here, going a little deeper, but your big toe is related to your head. So when we have any head challenges, we take peppermint and put it on our big toe, reflexology point for the head. So peppermint is by far our favorite as well. Lots to do. But if you wanted to say, Ann, what was all that? Think digestion. Think digestion and think, hey, baby, I'm going to keep it cool. You know, I have a peppermint patty when I'm standing on the top of a mountain. There's a cool breeze blowing in, peppermint.
That's great. All right, and now, guys, we're going to move into our blends. And so what a blend is it's a couple different oils blended together, but again, only pure oils. So the Defense Shield, it says it's lemon, frankincense, eucalyptus, rosemary, clove, and cinnamon bark. So what will the Defense Shield do for us?
Well, I love our oils because as you notice, our blends really tell you exactly how they're utilized just by their name. So if you think of defense, you think of you're defending your body. You're defending against something, and we're thinking about is this helping defend and keep our immunity strong. So this is great to diffuse in the winter months. A little bit about a diffuser. I like to give analogies so you can remember back in the day. Lysol. Has anybody ever seen Lysol, spray it around? I worked in the hospital. We use Lysol to combat some nasties, or maybe any type of other, maybe Febreze or things like that. Okay, toxins. And so our diffuser, when you put the oils into the diffuser and it creates that mist with the Defense or other oils, it actually adheres to the bacteria and neutralizes them. So you can use Defense to help defend your household against germs. Think of it that way. Great internally, very great for the immune system, and it's very spicy, hot. So think of a fireball, because I believe you said there is cinnamon bark in here and clove. So it's you'll be surprised if you put a drop of this somewhere. So for me, topical application, always diluted, or in our diffuser is where I would recommend you start with this. But just think of immune defense. Think of immunity. Think of natural ways to really help your body stay healthy.
Awesome. All right, Airway is next. This has one of my favorite scents in the world in here, lemongrass. It has lemon, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, grapefruit, rosemary, and thyme. So Airway.
Right, and so this is another one that says right here on the brochure, do not ingest, okay? So if you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I can't remember all this, there is a lot of information. Look at the bottle, use the guide. It's really self-explanatory. So Airway, that's self-explanatory, I love it. Using it for your airway, using it to help open your airway for better respiration. Diffuse, maybe put it in your diffuser, or mix it with carrier oil, a couple drops on the chest, the throat, and the back. Think of when we have cold and get congested like that, opening up the airway, bronchial support. So great oil. I do want to side note that my husband uses something like this. Now we'll use this oil, and he really loves it. Now my son doesn't get the same response from the same oil, because remember, oils are adaptogenic. My son does better with eucalyptus and peppermint blended together on him. So just know that as you learn about the oils, what might work for one person will work a little different in the other person. That's the beauty of them. They're all going to be cross-related.
Absolutely. Okay, this next one is definitely going to be a new favorite for you guys, especially on cleanse days. It's called Content. And when I heard the name of this one, I thought it would be a mood boosting thing, like help us be content. That's what I thought. And then I learned a little bit more about it. And I was on a call the other day where Erica was cleansing, and she put this in her cleanse drink. And she said it was the first time she cleansed and she wasn't hangry. And I had already started my cleanse day that day. So my daughter and I were cleansing. We started putting it in our cleanse drink, and I was running it in my diffuser, which is right next to me here. And I love it. I love the scent of it. It has orange, grapefruit, some words I can't pronounce, eucalyptus, juniper, mandarin, lemongrass, citronella, cinnamon bark, bergamot. Ann, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then copaiba.
Copaiba. Copaeva.
Okay, so tell us about this baby.
Okay, so this is a new blend to me as well, and I have to say ditto to Cindy. I honestly just opened it last night, and I was like, ooh, and I just love it. I love the scent. I'm a big citrus kind of diffuser. I love that it has a hint of the cinnamon bark in it. I actually have pure cinnamon bark, and when I diffuse that in my home, I'm ready to have like a cinnamon roll. Okay, so this smells amazing. But yes, just what you said, hangry. Just think of hangry. You want to be content. You want to be content. You don't want to have the hangries. Here you go. Great to also smell. Supports weight wellness. So one of the oils in here, the grapefruit and orange citrus oils tend to do that. So this has got so many other benefits to it. Like as I read all these guys, I could probably talk till tomorrow, but I won't. Just a great oil. But you know what? Just think of weight wellness. Think of satiety. Think of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have, go off track. I want to stay on track. This is I think is going to be a big favorite here with Isogenics with our community. Amazing.
Great for our weight loss clients. I'm sure that's going to be a favorite oil for them to purchase. All right, the next one is called Tumbliss. So you can just assume this must be something for the tummy. Dill, spearmint, peppermint, lemon, carrot seed, cardamom, lemongrass, and ginger, which is one of my favorites.
Okay, right. So just what it says. Again, our blends are all labeled with a hint. So read it. Tumbliss. What could that be? Exactly. So think of, again, digestion. Think of maybe sometimes you can use something topically and you can have the same benefit as internally. When I got started, again, oils were not something I was comfortable with. How do I take an oil internally? What is it going to taste like? Ooh. So but yes, ginger, right? Ginger is amazing for just digestion. Incredible. They talk about it's used for all three methodologies: application, inhalation, ingestion. So start where you feel most beneficial. People will think, well, wait a minute, if I'm breathing that in, how is that helping my digestion? Because like my belly's here and the diffuser's over there. Just note that the oils are inhaled and they really do affect the limbic portion of your brain. There's benefits to smelling them. So know that topically, like Cindy shared in the beginning, if you're feeling a little unsettled, always start with application on your feet. And a little goes a long way, guys. 2 drops, 3 drops, and you can always dilute if you feel, you need that. Read the manual there and don't be afraid. So yes, digestive health all the way with this one. Tumbliss, tummy aches or tummy situations.
There you go. And there is a little chart, guys, in your booklet, and it tells you what every oil is and how you can apply it, diffuse it, or ingest it. So there's a little reminder here. So again, just don't be overwhelmed by it. And I think, there's a lot of people already we're hearing on our team that use products have already, had some experience with oils. So there'll be plenty of us to answer questions for you and look into it yourself. I do want to ask you, Ann, before we close, and we're going to do more of this Q&A with Ann as we kind of go on. And like I said, we've got John Raines coming on, but there is a lot of heated debate around oils and pets. And I know it's a very personal decision if you have pets, but we're getting tons and tons of questions. And Ann has actually gone and talked to people about this issue before. So I know you use oils around your pets. So maybe just kind of clarify, your feelings on this for everyone.
Absolutely. So absolutely, there are certain oils that are not, they say, generally regarded as safe with pets, just like certain things we don't want to give to our children. So my overall thing is, without getting overwhelmed, is I had 3 cats when I started, and then I had my dog shortly thereafter. And he's a little dog, so okay. And we utilize essential oils in our house all the time. Let the animal roam freely in your home. So if you had a diffuser going in your bedroom and your dog usually sleeps with you, let them be able to leave. Let your cat be able to leave that space. That's pretty much it. Other than that, don't be using them directly on your pet until you're completely educated. There are times when you can use oils in place of other interventions, which is what I choose to do through education. I did go and lecture at a big wellness facility for pets, and they are still using oils to this day, but that took years of education on my part, and then educating them. I always said my tagline was pets are people too. So just, you know, just like we're not going to jump in, you're never going to want to use all the oils. I do want to talk about that real quick. You're just going to let your pet be exposed to that, but never lock them in the area. They will be fine. Cats are a little more sensitive, but again, I've never had an issue. You're not going to be applying these to your pet unless you're completely experience in that, so they should be fine in my opinion. When it comes to any oil as well, we all are going to start with our 6 single oils, and then eventually you guys are going to all have access to the blends. Always know that you don't need to layer like 4 different oils on. My rule of thumb is start off with 1 blend, and if you wanted to get some added benefit, 1 pure oil, that would be it. Sometimes with a blend, maybe you're just going to start there if you're new, because you're not going to really know. Just like with isogenics, some people have to start slower, so respect them. It's good to kind of do single oils first and then introduce the blends later when you know your body reacts okay with it. So I hope that makes sense. But with pets, really, just let them roam freely and they'll be fine.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, guys, so certainly if you have questions, once we post this video, comment below, and all of our oil lover leaders will be sure to answer you back. If we don't know the answer, we'll get it for you, and we'll just look forward to lots more training on essential oils. If you go to Isogenics, the business Facebook page, there's already been some great calls on it, and there'll be more to come. But I just am so fired up that we have this now for our current customers. I can't even tell you. So I'm sure we'll probably get some more oils down the road. But this is a really great lineup to start with, I think. Some of the major ones that a lot of us that use oils were already using. So in the new blends, I think, would be for all the reasons we would need a blend for. So just think of that. Any belly discomfort, any head discomfort, for our immunity. So I just love the fact that we are on the cutting edge of everything health related, and how Isogenics researches and just gets us the best of the best. And I just feel so great about it. And I love that we have oil users and what I would consider more of an expert than me for sure on our team to help with training on this. So Ann, thank you so much for helping us today. Anything else you want to share before we close?
No, I'm really, really excited. You know, I said to somebody on my team, I said, just respect the oils. They're powerful and they all think it's so funny, but really they are very strong, and just a little goes a long way. Always keep them airtight. Oil 101, always keep them away from the sunlight. It just keeps the integrity of the product, and start slow and don't get overwhelmed. I know, remember when you open your box with Isogenics and I had the value pack, whoa, like, right? And then within maybe a couple weeks, that same thing's going to happen with oils. And it's so exciting to bring non-toxic approaches to our clients on another level.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Ann, for contributing. Love you guys. Love you all.
Bye, everybody.